hamstring strain on Gary, but does he need any more imaging or any more information?
I don't know anything, yeah.
How big of a, even with no further information, just how big of a blow and disappointing is it for him personally to have just come back?
Yeah, I feel bad for him more than anything. Feel bad for us too, but mainly for him. He's been out, whatever it is, 4 or 5 weeks. He's worked hard to get back to this point. He makes such a big impact for us, so fingers crossed that he's not out for too long.
I think maybe Steph got out of the slump tonight a little bit. What do you think about his performance tonight?
Steph was amazing, but Steph is always amazing. Even when he doesn't score 36 points, he just the attention he draws defensively, what he does to an opposing defense, the way he opens up the floor. He's a remarkable player, and really got himself going on a night when we needed it.
Looked like there were a couple of turning points in the game, one in the second quarter, and then later in the third quarter, I think. What did you see happening during those key moments?
Well, we started rebounding in the second half. They had 13 offensive boards in the first half and only 3 in the second half. So I thought our work on the glass was much better. I think for the most part we defended without fouling, so the game could flow for us, and we took care of the ball. Only 12 turnovers for us, and I thought a lot of guys came in and played really well. Loon was fantastic, plus 10, and obviously closed the game. He's so good defensively, and I thought Wiggs, Brandon, our bench came in, really did a good job.
What do you think of Kuminga overall, especially guarding some of their bigger wings?
Yeah, I thought J.K. had a nice game. He played hard. He wasn't into the ball enough in the first half, and Wagner was kind of getting downhill. And I thought his defense picked up and was better in the second half. And then, J.K. gives us those buckets around the hoop. Those are big for us. We don't score easily around the basket all the time, and so when he can get to the hoop, get to the foul line, get us easy buckets, it's really important for us. So I thought he played a really good game.
Steph wasn't shooting well from a 3 most of the first half. I think the first one he made was that one at the end, but it seemed like he consciously found his way to get 15-footers, 12-footers to get going. How sort of important and underrated a part of his game is that? Because he could have just kept shooting threes, figuring they'd go in at some point.
Well, he's the greatest shooter of all time for a reason. He can shoot any shot from anywhere. I always look at guys with who are good mid-range shooters and also good three-point shooters. Those are the best shooters in the world. They're the ones who, they have that radar that can translate, whether it's a 17-footer, a 13-footer, a 28-footer. Those are the guys with the best hand-eye, the best touch. And this is a huge team, Orlando, and you're not going to get to the rim and finish. And so Steph knew coming into the game, just looking at the tape, that he was going to have to pull up and make some mid-rangers, and he did a great job of that.
What did you think of how Klay did, especially being in foul trouble in the second half?
Yeah, after the foul trouble, I think he only played 9 minutes in the first half, and I thought he was excellent in the second half. Did a good job guarding Banchero, which is a really tough matchup for anybody. And then I thought the key play of the game was Klay's save from underneath our basket. Looked like the ball was going out of bounds. I think Trace came over and blocked the shot. Looked like it was going to go out of bounds, and he saved it. We got a bucket at the other end, and I thought that was the biggest play of the game.
You guys talked about maybe getting some momentum started with this homestand. You lose the first couple games here. What do you want to take from this game to try and get some momentum at this point?
I just want the guys to breathe a little bit, and when you lose a few and everyone's anxious, you press a little bit. I just want them to play with urgency, but no anxiety. We got to settle in and just be able to rely on execution, all the little details we talk about, but at the same time be loose and confident and free. And so we need to take that next step. But tonight was a really good win against a really good team, and very proud of the guys.
You guys gave up that corner three to close the first half, and yeah, kind of a similar bucket to end the third quarter. Are those, when you talk about like the little details, is that the type of possession, small stuff you really feel like you need to clean up still?
Yeah. I mean, those are key plays. We got a tough break at the end of the third quarter. Dario had a little jump hook that went in and out, and then Wagner made a great play in transition. But the one at the end of the half, Steph knew he came too far off of Gary Harris, and he needs to stay with him in the corner. And Gary had Wagner at half court, and got to make Wagner try to score. Get through Gary to score, and not give them a wide open shot. So, there's a few plays here and there like that. But the thing I liked tonight, we just competed. Everybody was connected and together and pulling for each other. The bench was great. That's what it's got to feel like.
You kind of addressed this earlier, but how important was this? I mean, it's only 3 straight losses, but it felt like things were going the wrong direction.
They were. So we needed to right the ship. So, like I said, good win, and now we got to back it up and go get another one. Thanks, you guys.
Chris, when you guys came home after losing to Denver there was a sense that, okay, you have 7 games in a row at home, maybe a good chance to kind of catch yourselves and get some momentum going, then you lose the first 2. How big was it to try and make sure that this didn't happen tonight, another loss?
It was huge. We've been struggling to get wins, and it's hard to win in this league. You know what I mean? That team's a young team, well coached. They've been playing hard all season long, so this was a good win for us.
You've made 13 threes the last 4 games, shooting them a bit more too. I mean, are the looks? Are you being actively trying to shoot it more, or is it just more looks are presenting themselves? Probably
more looks. Last game, they was helping off, and I was open. Tonight, most of them was in the shot clock. You know what I mean? So just trying to find the opportunities to be a scorer, too.
How much better does the shot feel than maybe a few weeks ago?
It ain't never felt bad. Yeah, I've been a shooter my whole life. You know what I mean? So if it don't go in, still, you got to keep shooting.
Is there any body language or look in Steph's eyes you see when he sort of moves into another level? It seemed like at times tonight he was even more determined than usual, or just locked in, I guess.
No, he played the same way. You know what I mean? But obviously getting him good looks or whatnot, and the energy of the team changes when we get stops, and you're able to get out and transition. And when shots go in, especially for a shooter or something like that, and a scorer like Steph, once you make a couple now, it's trouble, because now you're going to try to jam him up, and he's going to drive or whatnot and just keep making the right play.
You guys have talked about issues defensively, connecting defensively. Did you see any progress on that front today?
A little bit here and there, still in spurts, but we still got to be better at rebounding, and still get even more connected defensively. Like we said, we have good spurts, but we got to put a full game together.
GP2 left this game with a hamstring injury, and he's had just the way that injuries hit him. It seems like kind of relentless. He can't get any momentum, unfortunately, and it's random. What do you think about getting knocked back by these injuries?
It's tough, man. I got to go down there and check on G, because he's such a big part of our team. People may not realize it, but his energy is consistent every day, every practice, every game or whatnot. So him coming back to our team has been huge for us. So I hope what it isn't something that's going to take a long time or whatnot, but I think for him it's going to be about just getting as healthy as possible.
You know how injuries can be extremely frustrating and come at all the wrong times. There's never a good time for an injury, obviously. What kind of advice do you have for him, like weathering these ups and downs when he can't get momentum?
Advice. I don't know. I mean, he knows nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You know what I mean? You just got to take your time and put yourself first. But he's a competitor. I know how bad he wants to play and how hard he's been working to get back out there. So we'll see what happens. But that's unfortunate for a guy like GP who works as hard as he does.